So, new champion. Looks like we're getting Twilight Protector. Wow, very cool. Here we go. Let's see what this is all about. Oh my god, it's Neeko? Huh? What? Insane. Okay, Neeko. So she has Runeterra. Origin, many shaped jungle friends. You may put bird, cat, dog, elk, fae, reptile, and spider followers into your deck during deck building. Wow, okay, I thought it was going to be any subtype. This is, well, I guess this makes sense. It's like, if it was anything else, you would just put like elites. It would be a Neeko elite deck. I guess all elites are already in the Masha. Yeah, I know. Okay, this makes sense. It makes sense. It's all the actual animals. Cool. And Neeko is a 2-mana shapeshifter. Origin, many shaped jungle friends. Play, you may disguise me as one of 3 2-cost followers from my origin. So that's why the Twilight Protector was on the thumbnail. I see. Right. Oh yeah, and oh, you're right, Dragon. Dragon will probably be the big one. Yeah, and Darken. Dragon and Darken would be very easy to abuse with this. I agree, yeah. Okay. Attack. You've attacked with allies that have 6+ different subtypes. That is hard to do, right? What subtypes are like good at attacking? Yeah, elites. And they have to be different. Yeah, you don't have to do it in one go, just like at some point in the game, so it doesn't have to see it, but I feel like this takes pretty long. Again, this is cute. This play effect. I really have to see the level 2 because this is cute, but this is not like, oh, I want to build a deck around this, right? And the different subtypes. Okay, wait, actually, I think this makes a lot of sense for the bird archetype. Birds seem pretty good. Birds are, birds might be a thing, a bird deck with Neeko. And yeah, we have to Warden. Yeah, then you have to go Neeko Freljord. Yeah, okay, I guess. It's, the origin is very good. This so far, I don't know.
Neeko is making her own tribe now.
Okay. Okay, wait, hold on. So,
Her own tribe now.
okay, so it's not like a transform. So Neeko, okay, let's take for example the 1/3 cat. Okay, I know I'm not going through this very fast, but I disguise. I guess disguise means you first pick one of 3 2-cost followers, then you play them, and they still get their play effect. That has to be the case, right? Because otherwise, your opponent would be like, hey, they played the new Deck Hunter, and it didn't manifest a follower, must be Neeko, right?
Neeko is making her own tribe now.
Yeah, okay, it did get the effect.
Titali! Whoa!
Ah, and so it keeps their stats, okay. The music, man.
Fight, fight, fight! You messed with the wrong Neeko! If it huffs or slithers, it's my kind
Oh
of
yeah,
critter.
it's a reptile, yeah.
Give them the angry tail. Rawr!
That's pretty good, actually. Oh, you get a weapon master from that? Yeah, alright.
Danger, Neeko!
Oh.
Neeko goes up, colors come down.
Oh, the Pop Blossom. All right. 2 mana 3/3. Elusive. I love this card. Attack. Grant allies that have a subtypes everywhere +1/+1. There's the payoff. Oh, wow. Okay. As he levels on attack. So that means that on the attack he levels, you get this immediately. That's so interesting. I think that's very good, actually. It's not like the reason a deck is going to win, but it is a pretty potent like effect. But you're only gonna like, okay, when do you level Neeko? I would say like turn 5, maybe turn 4. Does he go to 4/4 immediately? So he has a subtype. So he is a shapeshifter, which is something I haven't seen before, actually. This is so weird. I still don't see a subtype deck, right? Shapeshifter is exclusive to Neeko. Okay. That's actually pretty good, because then, you know, she is always 1 for her own level up. Actually, if she disguises herself as a bird and then she attacks, does it count +2 because shapeshifter and bird? I guess not, right? I guess that wouldn't work because then your opponent knows like, oh, this is Neeko. It is really good. I think the origin is insane. Neeko is like fine, but the origin is incredible. Okay. Oh, yeah, she does buff herself. All right, dude. All right. Oh my god.
Neeko missed Nidalee so much.
You must be so strong, surviving all on your own.
I am not alone, child.
Be a
Child.
good beast and get back in your cage.
Neeko does not like smelly cage or smelly mans. Neeko is here. Or is she?
Huh? What the hell just happened? And the burp?
Show them real claws, Nidalee.
Gladly.
What the hell is that?
Eva! Neeko attack!
Okay, dude. Okay. There's the subtype win con. Okay, the deck makes a little more sense now. It's actually all coming together. Was that it? I don't think we got any more cards. Like we've already seen everything, right? Oh, this is her champion spell. 3 mana fast, Neeko's Shape Splitter. Create an exact ephemeral copy of an ally, then swap them. Create Neeko your deck. That's hilarious. That's so freaking funny. I love this card. But it's only playable when you already have a Neeko in play. That's so freaking funny. Better single bait, yeah. You get the summon effect. So, does that mean you really want to play Neeko with Freljord so you can get Warden of the Tribes? I feel like Warden of the Tribes might be the way to go, because if you're summoning a bunch of subtypes, you only need like a few of them to stick, and then on turn 9, you're like, well, if I didn't win already with my Swarm, then suddenly like my board gets +10/+10. And the create is not summon. You're wrong. It is. It is summon. Does Neeko have subtype? Yes, he has Shapeshifter. You can also use Anaka for an extra subtype and extra body to get buffed. Yeah. Yeah, of course. Yeah, you play the Darken. You play Weapon Master, yeah. Which region combination with Neeko can get the most amount of subtypes? Doesn't matter. Like, if you're already... Hold on, where's our origin? You're already getting 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Neeko Demacia. I can kind of see Neeko Nidalee a little bit, because there does seem to be a bit of like transform and impact synergy. And and if you're playing Neeko Nidalee, you can actually play like a ton of cats, and then you can play the pack attack. That might actually be it. It could be a cat deck. Neeko Nidalee, you play a bunch of cat followers, you play pack attack, and that's your way to win. I can actually absolutely see that. How does he interact with Castigate? That's a good question, actually, yeah. What happens if you Castigate and your Neeko is transformed? Does he stay disguised? I guess you never really see this level 1 Neeko, do you? I think the origin is absolutely the strongest part here. If we ever get any good followers with a subtype like this, immediately Neeko gets buffed. And we've been saying that about Jhin too, right? Like, remember Jin's release? It was like, yeah, whenever a new card with a skill comes out, Jhin is gonna get buffed. And then it was kind of like, yeah, no, not really. Jhin Annie is just always the way to play, and it's always a burn deck. It doesn't even matter if there's different skills. I hope that's not the case with Neeko. I hope that whenever there's a new cat or spider or dog coming out, then it'll actually be like a new way for Neeko to play her decks. She looks a lot more flexible than Jhin. Yeah, it's gotta be a Warden deck. It's gotta be a Warden deck first, and maybe Nidalee. I can definitely see Nidalee as a cat deck. Neeko feels like the old Poppy. It'll be wide aggro. I don't know if you're going to level her fast enough. Like, you're definitely not going to have her leveled on 4 like Poppy to give your entire board +1/+1. I don't see that. Like, having attack with 6 different subtypes on turn 4, that's not going to be easy. If you do get that, though, it is much better than Poppy. Like, not only is she elusive, she always gives it to everything unconditionally forever. 2 mana build Father Cat can help a lot for... Yeah, for sure. No, she does. But that's a 1/3, and that's a trash stat line. So it's not like suddenly this is an aggro deck or something. You have to realize that one of the most awkward things about Runeterra champions, and I kind of dislike them for that, is that the spells that they're able to put in their deck are... Well, they usually don't exist. So if you're trying to play Neeko in a way that you'd be playing Demacia like with Poppy, you don't have Form Up, you don't have Chain Vessel, Range of Resolve, you don't have anything to protect her. Neeko can disguise herself, but yeah, so what? Oh, Jesus Christ.
Colon 3, I've heard you're to the task of carrying me to master. I can do all kinds of stuff in return, meow for you on mic, send you thighs or feet pics. I will be a submissive kitten ready for any task you bring to me in exchange for LP in this silly little game. 3.
Right. Legend. Call me on Discord after the stream, okay? Call me on Discord. All right, Neeko, I'm very excited about this release, actually. Nidalee looked awesome, and I think Nidalee is going to be like the more interesting deck, whereas Neeko is like, okay, I'm going to put like a pile of followers into my deck with subtypes, and all these units that I'm putting in are like kind of good enough to stand on their own, where you're probably playing like the 1/3 cat that got released yesterday, just so you have like another subtype that you can attack with. See his Timelines champion? I doubt it. When you look at all the cards that have been revealed so far, Nidalee seems like she's not going to be super competitive. Right now, to me, maybe Ambush is just a lot better in practice than I'm giving it credit for. Neeko also, like, her actual card, like the thing you put on the board, seems like it's going to be pretty underwhelming unless you can actually level her in like a time where you still have a board, where you're playing with units that you can't really protect. But her subtype can just create an insane deck all by itself, right? Like, I could play Neeko Birds, and then I don't really care about the Neeko level or when I get it. I'm just playing Neeko Birds. Sometimes I get there, sometimes I don't. But that's like a subtype deck that exists. Super Scouting kind of ruins her disguise mechanic. Yeah. Exactly. Neeko really needs to be good without like this. This should not matter. This should almost be like an extra. You put Neeko in your deck for her origin, and sometimes you get to level 2 and then you just kind of start taking over the game, right? But Neeko is like the anti-streamer card, right? Like, if I'm streaming and my opponent's like, I wonder if that's Neeko. They just open twitch.tv/Snnuy and like, oh, hey, look, this bird's got a tail. What the hell? Right? That's, yeah, it's the Super Scouting anti-streamer champion. All birds have tails, like a reptile tail, whatever, man. You know what I mean. God damn it. Yeah, it's true for Ambush as well, yeah, because they can just look at the card that's in your hand, yeah. It's the anti-streamer expansion. But hey, I've never streamed with delay. Well, I have when I did the seasonals, and I'm not going to. Not even Neeko or Nidalee are going to make me stream with delay. So we have one more day of reveals tomorrow, and then the final champion on Tuesday. Let's just let's really quickly, after looking at some deck building options, let me give my thoughts really fast. After looking at what we have in the game right now, and we still have 2 days left of reveals, I don't know what a Neeko deck would look like. I think the Origin, where you can play almost any subtype, is really, really promising, and there almost needs to be something there, right? There are win cons, there are solid mid-range units, there is, you know, manifesting other subtypes to help you. The Ferocious Fluffs and the Beguiling Kobar will kind of have to be like the top end for Neeko decks, but what region do you go to get combat tricks that you care about? It's really awkward that Neeko needs to attack 6+ times with different subtypes. It's like, how many of these are actually good at attacking? Because you're always playing the deck hunter. Are you just sending a 2-mana 1/3 to their death? If you're gonna do that, you need like something to back that up. So yeah, I could see Demacia. Yeah, Demacia with Form Up. It would have to be like a Demacia deck. Demacia has a ton of subtypes that aren't in Neeko's Origin, like the Weapon Master, like a Dragon, Cultist. What else is there? I mean, there's Elites, of course. Stuff like that is just really solid. Hold on, I need to check something. And this might be important. If we go to new cards here, if we scroll down this guy, pick a unit from the top 5 cards of your deck that costs 3 or less. So, Scrutinizing Sergeant might actually just be a Neeko card. Neeko Demacia with the Scrutinizing Sergeant pulling out like the dog or something, or a Neeko. Right? That might actually be a thing. Neeko is going to be playing a lot of units. You don't even care if you're like playing Sunhawk or something, and you just pull that out, just like, okay, I have a 3/3 and a 2/3 now. I might not get the stun, but I'm getting this unit for free, even though I'm playing a 5-mana 3/3. That's like, that's not bad. I think it might have to be Demacia, yeah. It's like almost a kind of an elite deck where you're playing a bunch of elites. You're playing some birds, you're playing some dog. Wait, this is a dog too. Wait, hold on. Oh my god. Wait. What's it called? I forgot the freaking name of the 1-mana dog. Trusty Rammount. This is a dog. Demacia. Okay, you know what? Neeko is going to be Diana. So we start by typing an elite. We play this. I don't know if we're playing the Battlesmith. And then we just play like some actual just good units. Like we don't need to go overboard with the elites, right? We just want like a couple of cards that are elites and also do other stuff. It might even be like this elite bird. The Vanguard Sergeant seems pretty insane. Maybe it's just Garen too. Because Garen is very solid if you're building a wide board with subtypes. And then you go with like the usual suspects like Form Up. Could be single combat, but I don't think so right now. Okay, let's just keep it at Form Up for now. Do we have any good dragons? We have Shyvana. Is Shyvana good enough? Okay, let's check that. Okay, now we remove all the filters. We click here. Bird, cat. No, not Darkin. Dog. Elnok. Fae. Spider. Reptile. Okay. Deck Hunter. The Cub. Yeah, Combat Cook is something I didn't put in yet. The Cub. Do we have any cats? This is a cat. Grave Companion might not even be that bad here either. Actually, we have 2 dogs now, right? Maybe we don't need a Cub. I think we're kicking the Cub because we have the Trusty Rammount here. For each different subtype. I don't know if there's many enough that are different. We have dog, cat, elites, and bird. I think this one is pretty insane. Okay, I'm gonna like keep it a little respectable. I'm going to get rid of the champion strength and we'll keep the ferocious fluffs because this is a much cooler way to win, right? We'll have 1 reptile. This is a pretty good bird. I could see one of this. 1 Grave Companion. This is a good Fae. It might also be Grandfather Fae for real this time. Grandfather Fae seems good, yeah. It's a hard deck to build. Maybe this spider too. Ranger Knights? I don't think so. Yeah, Neeko's Diana. I don't think it's Geralt. I don't think that's very good. We have 3 slots left. The reptile? Fruit? That could actually okay, in this deck, yeah, you're probably right. Fruit? Too many elites? No. This is basically like an off-brand elite deck where you're trying to win the game with, you know, Neeko giving your elites +1/+1 as soon as he attacks, and also Ferocious Fluffs giving all your elites +1/+1 in impact. That is the way to win with this deck. Now, my question is, we probably need more actual protection, and I don't know if just a Form Up is going to do it. Now, we have Form Up, but what else could we have here? Like, I might want to play single combat. Another card that could be pretty good in this deck is the Mageseeker Jr. because we're not really running any spells at all. It's like Form Up as protection and that's it. No elite synergy. Dude, the thing about elites is that they're all insanely well statted. And we have a dog here that's good. The thing about elites is we're happy playing a 3-mana 4/4. We're happy playing a board wide deck with a 3-mana 3/3 that gives us a spell that wins the game. We're wide. We have Garen as elite. It gives our entire board +1/+1. This is 2 units for the price of 1. And at that point, as soon as Neeko levels and attacks and gives all our units +1/+1 everywhere, all our elites have +1/+1, we just completely like shatter the game. There's no way opponent can beat that. But you need to level Neeko, and I don't know if this is enough to do it consistently. Yeah, Neeko is Diana, yeah. Now, I think this is far from optimized, right? I think we're missing a ton of stuff here. I would have to actually look at Neeko in the deck builder, where I just click on Neeko and Demacia and see what I have available in front of me for me to appropriately build this. But right now, I think there might honestly be something here. Ideally, I'd probably like to get 1 more Grave Companion because we have so many different units on the board that will probably die. So this giving us draw for that is insane. Deck Hunter is probably one of the best cards in this deck. because it is a 1/3 in a Demacia go wide deck that gives another unit. Like these, we would fill our deck with deck hunters if we could. It's so good to get that consistency. I feel like for Neeko decks, you want many different subtype cards as a 1 or 2 of to level up Neeko as fast as possible. I hear that, but the thing is you have to attack with them. And attacking is so difficult. Because all these units are just, they die like immediately. Scrutinizing Sergeant I think is very clever for this deck though. I think it's actually kind of nuts. This hits like almost anything, but you want to avoid hitting the deck hunter. It's just, I want this card to be consistent here, so maybe we need like more early game stuff. Maybe we cut one of these. We cut... No, that's about it, really. And then we look for another subtype, if possible. And here's a Poro. Maybe Fleet Feather Tracker. You only need to attack once. I know, but it's different subtypes. And elites are probably going to get more than one hit in. And that's great. That's really good. But that's really... That's one for Neeko, and we need more than that. Cut one Garen for Shyvana? I could see that, actually, yeah. That's pretty clever. I like that. That's pretty good. Is there another dragon we can play that doesn't just completely suck? Like, one Screeching or something? But then it's, like, our late game... It's pretty stacked, and I don't know if we want that. Like, we want to keep it like an early game deck, right? You're probably right, though, that in a way, this wants to be built... like a Seraphine deck where you just have many different subtypes. But the thing is, there's no draw. This deck doesn't draw. So it's like, for that reason, I could actually see the Tufted Web Spinner, right? Maybe this is a 1 or 2 of. I think it might actually be a 2 of. It does make like your attack really solid. And then we cut one Scrutinizing Sergeant, something like that. I don't know why people like the Junk Construct. This card does not seem good to me. This seems like so much worse than a Grandfather Fae. You can also just keep the units on your bench and then attack a single time and whip your neck and levels up and gives +1/+1. No, I don't think so. You don't win if you don't apply pressure early. Demacia is still supposed to be good at combat. If you mean like you attack with your elites and you keep back your other subtypes unless they're 100% sure they're going to survive, yeah, maybe. But then you're also opening yourself up to removal, right? Like, sometimes it's just like, I might as well attack now, because I know my unit's gonna die to a Mystic Shot anyway, and I want to get that +1 for Neeko now. I think you guys are probably onto something. You built this deck with a lot of 2-ofs, except like the really good cards, like the Badger Bear, right? Solari Sunhawk is also not bad. You don't have units that Neeko wants to transform. Neeko doesn't transform into something from your deck, I'm pretty sure. She just transforms into something that your Origin lets you play. I like this the Sunhawk a lot. It might be better than Silverwing Vanguard. I think it is, actually. I'd rather have this as a 2-of than the Vanguard, right? So we have this as birds, and we have this as birds. This is probably not a 3-of either. Like, there's almost no way this is a 3-of. Maybe like one it is. Like a Tasty Faithfolk. Something like that. Let's save this. There's almost no way this becomes like a real deck because this is far from refined. Look at how many 2-ofs and 1-ofs. That might be necessary for Neeko. It might be. I wonder if there is going to be a way to play Neeko as an actual champion that cares about her origin. Like, you're like, I want to play this region, and I want to use the bird tribal or the cat tribal to make that work, and then you don't care about the Neeko level up. Or there's going to be something like, I'm playing Neeko just to level her up and to swarm, and then I have Warden of the Tribes. I'm giving all my usually below average units +1/+1, and then I win through that. That might be something too. But we're definitely like, we're missing pieces here, and I hope that those pieces get released tomorrow or the day after. But that is my take on Neeko. Right now, it's very difficult to build a deck for this. We were struggling with champions like Seraphine too, and look at how Seraphine turned out, like one of the best cards in the game for like getting pretty close to a year now. Well, more like half a year, I guess, a little over half a year. And I wouldn't be surprised to see Neeko end up the same way. And I like unit-based deck much more than a spell-based deck, so hopefully Neeko will actually be able to get there, and hopefully it'll be with Jungle Cat Nidalee. That would be sweet, right? That would be the dream. Jungle Cat Nidalee and the Neeko.